Shay, and I'm back with another episode of Shay's Relationship Files. I hope everyone's morning is going good. I hope everyone's staying safe on their way to work and things. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Help a sister keep growing her channel. We're almost to the 500 mark, which I am so happy and thank all of you who subscribe to this channel. And I want you to keep it going and keep liking my content so I can continue to push out more content. So today we're doing a recap on doubling down with the Derrico season finale. So this was the last episode, season 5. And to get started, of course, like we already know, Darian graduated from high school, which we probably knew prior to the season finale because they had it posted on Instagram and on Google News and stuff. But yeah, Darian graduated from high school. She took senior photos, which was nice. And I'm sure that was a proud moment for Karen and Dion to see their oldest setting the tone for the rest of her siblings by graduating in high school and trying to figure out what she wants to do. And so, starting off, she said she had an interview at a record studio that she was going to be going in for. And that was her step towards the direction because I guess she wants to sing. So she feel like that'll be a good experience for her to work at a recording studio. So she has an interview there. Um, and I do appreciate, Dion and Karen not trying to allowing her to make her choices without burdening her too much on what they think she should do versus going to college. And like I said in a prior review of this show of this about Darian, it is great that she has a job to start, but I just think at the same time you should at least be working on a trade of some sort. So just in case things don't work out the way you would like them to, because everything is a process, and it's not even just about things not working out, but you want to have something to take care of yourself while you're working on something you really want. You can't just jump from, okay, I want to do this, just jump, because it's just it's not that simple. You have to work towards something. And even though having this record, this studio job is a good start, something dental assistant, something that like short program that even though she may not love it, it's something that'll keep she can have as a fallback, something that she can make income from while she's doing everything else, because there's so many ways nowadays to get certified in something. So you don't even have to go to a class. So many short programs they offer virtually you can do in between time. Because sometimes going straight out in the workforce is not always the best option first, but I mean, I guess because it's in the area she wants, she does gain experience. So that's still a plus on that. And as far as hi, good morning, Star Family. Thank you for joining. And then as you know, Dion brother, his brother Chris, I believe was his name, passed away. I think a year or two ago. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and they had come to find out that his brother had a son, and they did a DNA test, so they found out that he definitely was his brother's son that died. So they end up bringing them as part of the family, but as of late, he's been really sick. His nephew, he said he had got a liver transplant a few years prior to meeting the Doricos and finding out that that was his family, and then his body ended up rejecting the liver, So now he's going through the turmoil of that, and that's really sad. And it was a really sad moment seeing when Gigi was talking to him on video. She was just breaking down because she felt like they both are going through such a hard thing between him, his liver failing, and her stopping chemo and dealing with the side effects of that and the cancer. It's just a lot. And then with her already have lost a son, I can only imagine how hurt that would be if she lost her son's kid too. Good morning, Heron Rocks. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're doing a review here on Doubling Down with the Derricos season finale. And as you know, they've in the past half of this season, they've been working on a new house to move into, and it was so much back and forth going on, so much mixed up communication between Karen and Dion, and all those things. They just constantly argue about different things, and then when they finally did announce to the kids that they're going to be moving to their new house, the kids were kind of sad, some of the younger ones, which I get, because when you're growing up in a house that you're used to, and I remember my daughter went through the same thing, where when we moved from the house that she basically grew up in, it was hard for us and her to move because we've been there for so long, since she was like a baby. So it was definitely a big transition, but it also, I like how they pointed out in that episode how it teaches that sometimes change isn't bad, and also sometimes things change that you can't control, and you have to just deal with the current, and that's what they feel they taught their kids by, talking to them about the move and everything. And then, as you know from the previous episode, Gigi been having dizzy spells and just not feeling well since she stopped the chemotherapy, and she did an MRI just to make sure things were okay and there wasn't something going on with her cancer again or what the case may be. So she did end up getting the results of the MRI, and come to find out everything was fine. And it was nothing wrong that they found. So that was definitely good news, and because I can definitely relate to the struggles going on with them, because I just lost a family member to that. So that's definitely hard. Again, I've said this before: seeing your parent or family of any closeness go through a health problem like that. Now we get on into the episode. So here comes, as usual, normal thought of an 18-year-old. She gets this job. She finds out she got the job. Now she says, "Oh, mom, dad, by the way, I want to move out." And I don't know why that cracked me up when she first came in the room and said that. Because I'm like, okay, I get you got a job. You think you're going to be making this and that. But one thing her dad said that I thought of too as a parent myself: you haven't even seen the check yet. Like, you haven't even seen how much you're going to be making. Like, and you want to move out too on top of that. Like, and then she was just saying, "Oh, how I really need this would be great for the start." But I'm like, it's crazy to me. I mean, I understand she's grown, but I also feel like you still supposed to let your kids know when it's like, it's just not the greatest idea. Like, I mean, even as adults, when you get a job, even if you know how much you're going to be making, the hourly rate, all that stuff, you still have to actually start working the job. Make sure you can handle the responsibilities of the job actually once you do it. And then once you do that, you want to make sure at least you're working there a few months before you decide to move out. place now. I'm feeling good about my work. Okay, now let's start looking for apartments. Let's, start, maybe getting a cell phone, whatever the case may be. Usually you don't just, okay, I got the job now. Okay, I can start getting this, that, and all this stuff like that's just silly because what if you get an apartment right when you don't know what you're making or nothing, and then you end up losing a job, getting laid off the job. Even though that can happen, even if you had a job for years, at least by years you may have saved up some emergency funds. You may have a side hustle or some sort that you have, that you put money aside so if something like that happen. But that's totally different than just completely starting a job, completely going new into it. And I do understand in life it's a risk and you can take risks, but you also have to be smart and have common sense. So I was like really surprised that towards the end of the episode that they actually agreed to let her do it. But I don't know if they agreed just to so she can see how hard it is, because they knew going back and forth with her, that wasn't going to do it. So I guess they felt like, okay, let her go ahead and experience it, and we'll just be there for her if things. And I'm glad Darian does have the confidence at 18 that I know my parents taught me every day that you'll give it time and move out, especially if your parents aren't forcing you to leave the home right at 18 years old. There's nothing that says you have to move out your parents' house at 18. Now, starting a job, that's understandable because then you can help, with some things within the house, and all those things, and also put money aside to prepare for moving at some point and getting your own place once you feel stable. But there's nothing that says that you have to be from under your parents' wing at 18, that you have to have your own space. Things are definitely more expensive now. Everywhere is more expensive now. And even her dad was mentioning, like, just to get a one bedroom. Good morning, the Hersha. I hope I'm not saying your name wrong. Just to get a one bedroom costs $13.50 in Nevada. And that's about how much it is, if not more, in other places. And even here where we are, a one bedroom is still about close to 1,000 and something, and depending on the area you're in. But majority of places are 1,000 and something, 2,000 and something. Like, it's not like it used to be where you could get a one bedroom maybe for $300, $400, $500. The prices of things have definitely gone up and have definitely changed. So, yeah, so I was kind of surprised that they agreed, but maybe they have a backup plan. But personally, I feel like I've never, me and my husband never believed that at 18, long as our daughter is doing what she needs to do and trying to prepare herself to go out on her own, I don't mind her having to stay home a little longer, even if that means she got to live with us till she's 20 to get her income up and work and stuff. I feel like that's completely fine with me. But every parent has their choice of what they feel when it comes to their kids. And I'm not saying that Karen and Dion pushed her out, because obviously this is something she wanted to do. I don't know if it had to do with behind the closed door she knew that they were separating and she just didn't want to be around that. I don't know. It could have been a lot more to why she popped up and said this. Because even though the episode was recorded prior to them divorcing, it had to been in talks around that time. So with her being the older, I'm sure they talked to her first. That they probably was having issues, or her mom probably said, yeah. So maybe that could have played a lot to do with why she just kind of wanted to have her own and kind of just be on her own. That's what I was thinking too yesterday. And because the thing is, towards the end of the episode, they posted at the end that a few months after moving in the new house, Karen and Dion went their separate ways. And even though it may have been a shock for us when they said they got divorced in June, still they had them been already talking about they were going to separate months before that, because literally few months is like 2 or 3 months after they moved out the old house. So it definitely, I feel like it was building up to that. And then as I kind of pay closer attention to their dynamic, Dion and Karen, compared to how they were in like the beginning seasons, they started sitting more away from each other. It seemed like, I noticed when they would do the confessions, they wasn't necessarily affectionate as much. Dion looked it real like sad, like in the face more than usual, and it wasn't even the fact that he may have been talking about a topic that made him sad. It's just you can tell, you can read on their face that something was not the same with them anymore. But I didn't realize it was that drastic, because also in early on in the season you saw Dion trying to take her on dates and things like that, trying to, alleviate, but I guess that just wasn't enough anymore for her. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a really sad thing to see a family, just the biggest family as that, decide to separate from each other, because there's so many households that don't have a two-parent home, and it's just sad to see another one go towards having separate households. And I am happy to see again that Gigi's MRI came out clear, as well. If I didn't mention that earlier, I am happy to see that, because like I said, that's a hard struggle. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Doubling Down with the Derricos recap review on the season finale. So I will be doing more of these on this show if they decide to bring it back. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this show with them being separate. I don't know if they're going to bring it into the TV, if they're gonna make it into the show, or if they're gonna decide to just not do that and just cause stay off camera. I don't know what's going on with that. So once I know, I'll definitely let y'all know, and then I can continue to push out content on that show. And also, our daughter had their season finale last week, so once that comes back, I will talk about that show again. Now, the next series I'm planning on discussing for the time being until these two shows resume, if they resume, the next show I'm going to be making lives on and once a week will be the Braxtons. I will start reviewing those episodes soon. I believe the new season of the Braxtons will be starting. I wanted to say later this month or in August. I gotta double check the date. But I will be doing reviews episode by episode with that series. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Thank you for your support and for subscribing and liking my channel. And please continue to help me grow this wonderful channel. We are doing so well. I thank all of you for your subscribing and liking and coming in every morning to listen to my content. I really appreciate it, because I know you guys don't have to. I know it's so many channels on here that you can look at, and you're coming to mine, so I appreciate that. And again, you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys next live. Peace. Have a great day.